finally reviewing Obi-Wan Kenobi Part 5 on the same day it was released. Again, to my husband, I'm sorry, I haven't any patience. Anyway, let's get right into this. This was definitely one of the, I guess, darker episodes, mainly because it mentioned lots of harm being done to children, which is probably why Disney put the disclaimer at the beginning of the episode that some may find it disturbing, but it's evil, so nobody should be surprised at what the Empire is capable of, because it's, you know, evil, led by Palpatine, the most evil guy in the universe. Anyway, my favorite scene was definitely all the flashbacks between Obi-Wan and Anakin. I mean, I have to say, they did not do all that good a job of making Anakin look like he was 19 again, because his voice has gotten about half an octave deeper and his face has definitely aged. I mean, I think they tried to smooth out the lines a little bit, but I could still tell that he was older, even than when he was in Episode 3. Kind of like you could tell Frodo was older when they filmed The Hobbit. They tried, but they didn't quite get there. It was still extremely enjoyable to see Obi-Wan versus Anakin again. All I can think of is those 3 years ago when I met Hayden Christensen at FanX. I told him that it would be awesome if he and Ewan McGregor could be given lightsabers again and just go for it. And the fact that they did that has me giddier than all get out. I'm sure it wasn't just me. There's a lot of people that wanted to see it, but still, it's really cool. My favorite dialogue was, again, in those flashback scenes, Obi-Wan in teacher mode with Anakin. It's just great. There's something, I don't know, comforting about Obi-Wan, even though, you know, he's not perfect and the Jedi did have their flaws, but to see Obi-Wan in his element, just, it's great. Obviously, it goes without saying my favorite character in this episode was, again, Obi-Wan, although with the character development we saw from Tala, she definitely comes close behind. Her death in this episode definitely affected me a lot more than I thought it would. Maybe the fact that her friend, the tall silent type, the big mechanic droid, was trying to protect her at the end was what got to me. Self-sacrifice always hits me rather hard, but the fact that we found out why she left the Empire, and it's why a lot of characters ended up leaving the Empires, because they saw just how evil they were and realized, what am I fighting for? I'm fighting for the wrong side. So that definitely fleshed out her character and gave her death more impact than it would have had otherwise. And Obi-Wan's reaction definitely made me feel for him too. And I have to say it, even though it was confirmation of what pretty much everyone knew, since everyone is plastering it all over the internet anyway, because not all of us fans are stupid, the fact that we got confirmation that the third sister was indeed a youngling. And we find out exactly what happened to her. Somehow she survived being stabbed twice now. And then playing dead while basically her brothers and sisters, as it were, died and grew cold around her. It's just like, at least we find out why she has a personal vendetta against Obi-Wan, and also that she, like Anakin, ends up hating her master, as it were. So, but I honestly expected her to die right off when she got taken out by Vader, but I still don't see her surviving till the end, because then we have this big question mark as to why she never showed up in Rebels, obviously because the character wasn't invented yet, but we see Inquisitors right, left, and upside down in Rebels. We should have seen her. I digress. It's just, you know, plot holes that I want to see filled in. Cinematography in this episode was rather average. I love the callbacks to New Hope, with the destroyer overhead, sort of as the ships were released and heading toward the planet. That was very nice. But again, it was average. There was nothing really extraordinary about it, so that gets a 7 out of 10. Everything else was pretty good. The music gets a 9.5 out of 10 because, once again, no Imperial March. There's Vader right, left, and backwards, Why do they not use the Imperial March? Just one bar. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. That is all they need to do. Put the dang Imperial March in there. Come on, you're disrespecting Darth Vader and John Williams if you don't put that iconic piece in there before the end. Come on, people. The characters, since there was character development, they get a 9 out of 10. Story was definitely the standout of this episode. 9.5 out of 10 with the integration, the flashbacks and everything. It's so, so good. So that gives the 5th part of Obi-Wan Kenobi an 8.75 out of 10. Again, I wish there were more episodes we could explore this in. The fact that we go back to Luke for like 2 seconds, I want to see more development with Luke. Pardon me, I know he's living a boring life on the farm on Tatooine, but it's criminal the way they're shafting Luke Skywalker. I mean, sure, he shows up in a couple of episodes in The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, but he's still getting passed over. Give Luke more screen time. What is it going to take? Come on! Anyway, fangirl rant over. That's been the Clumsy Jedi's review of Part 5 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of this, go ahead and click the go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to check out the links in the description box. Question of the day. Obviously, the rematch of the century isn't going to happen until the finale, but they're not going to have a whole lot of time to wrap everything up. What do you think is going to be the third sister's ultimate fate? Will she survive and make everything a plot hole to open the door a little bit to Kenobi Season 2, and we're going to see more of her? Or is she going to finally bite the dust, maybe on Tatooine, pun intended, in Part 6? Go ahead and post a comment. So we'll see everybody again, hopefully sooner than next week, because I am working on my son's X-Wing and his costume. Hopefully I can finish it while he still fits in it. So until then, this is the Clumsy Jedi signing off, and may the Force be with you.